back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to show you this very easy dress. So we're going to start with this here. So you see, this is my back bodice folded into two. You see, it's folded into two. I'll still split it open at the back here, and then this is my front bodice placed on it. So you see there's an extra 1 inch difference between the width of the two of them. So the upper one, which is my front, this is my front, right? This is the back. So this front is the length I have is my shoulder to my nipple line. So then plus 1 inch, so what I have in total is about 14, right? And then the next thing you're going to have is about my 1 inch for the back, and then the width is my bust divided by 4 plus 1 inch, right? So then the next thing I'm going to do is to go up to the shoulder. All my measurements are going to start here on the front one. Shoulder divided by 2, for me that is going to be 8. Come down here, mark 1 inch of shoulder slope, and then I'm going to insert my armhole here, and then I'm going to connect it all the way to the top, give it a curve here like this, right? So I don't have to cut off anything at the bottom. I'm going to leave it the way it is. So now all I have to do is to go back again here, and then I'm going to put my neckline, 3 inch of neck depth, connect it to my shoulder slope like this, and then I'm going to just come down here and mark my neckline. Let's say the front is going to be 1 inch for the back, because I just remembered it's v-neck. So to mark 1 inch of neckline for the neck, and then for the front neckline you could check where you want yours to be. So let's say I decide to do 8 inches or 8.5. So from that point now I'm going to just connect it as V here. I could also use my ruler just to make sure it's straight. So connect from here now into this here. So I'm going to cut out a v-neck for the front, and then this round neck here and the armhole here. You will notice that I've also split open the back. Now I have 2 pieces for the back and 1 piece for the front. The front I've cut out my neckline. The next thing I'm going to do is round by this armhole here. I'm going to go in by ½ an inch in just the front alone, and then I'm going to cut off this piece here. This is just on the front alone. So I'm going to trace out this little piece here in front, and that is it. So this is it here. So the next thing is that I'm also going to cut my sleeve. So this is what I'm using for my sleeve. My sleeve might not be as long as her own, but this is what I'm going to be using for the sleeve here. So is this fabric here, it's folded into 2 the way it is now. You see, it's folded into 2, and then I'm going to fold it into 4. So the sleeve is just an ordinary sleeve, it's not puffy. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take it the way it is now, and then whatever you decide the length of your sleeve is going to be, add about extra 3 inches to it. ½ an inch is going to be to join the upper part to the shoulder. 1.5 will be to make a casing for the elastic at the bottom, and then the extra 0.5 will just be an extra, because normally when we make puffy sleeve we do add extra to it, because so it's not just puffy by the width, it's also a little puffy by the length, you understand? So what I'm going to do is just to come down here by 4 inches. So what I have here is my armhole divided by 2 plus about 1.5 or so, and then I'm going to connect. I came down 4 inches. I'm going to connect from this point here to this point here, and then I'm going to find halfway through, give it a curve below like this, a curve above like this, and that is my sleeve. I'm going to leave it straight all the way down, and then I'm going to just fold it this way and then make my casing, or I could just add a fabric and make a casing with it. But normally for yours, depending on what you want your length to be, so measure yourself from your shoulder to wherever you want it. If it's here, and then let's say it's 20, add extra 3 inches to it, so that way you could have the one to make your casing and the one for your So guys, this is my sleeve now. So in case if you want to make when you want to make your casing, this is what you're going to do. So this is the end of my cloth. So this is going to be the back, right? So what I'm going to do is just tuck in about ½ an inch here at the end like this, and then I'm going to just flip it in a little bit like this, not even up to 1 inch, about 7.5, right? Because the elastic we're using is going to be the very, very tiny one, and then you're going to just sew it all the way down in a straight stitch at the top here, all the way to the end. Pass your elastic from one end to the other, and then that is after you've already So you're going to take the body of this cloth now, the way it is. So we have 2 pieces at the back here, 1 piece here, 1 piece here for our back panel. Take these 2 like this, join it shoulder to shoulder like this, and then you're going to take your sleeve, insert it inside of here, pass elastic, close it all the way, come down here, do the same thing all the way, put it here, and then close it up. And then another thing is that for the neckline, seeing that it's v-neck, we are going to have to cut a facing, guys, because you can't use bias to turn this over, so you would have to cut a facing and use it to flip it over. So guys, once you finished and you get to this point, so you close up, you add your elastic at the end, close up and get to this point. The next thing is going to be to measure around this here. So you're going to open it up all the way from the back and see what you have as the opening. So you're going to measure the bottom of the cloth, like the opening. Start from one end of the back, measure, come towards the front and measure and come back again. Whatever you have, like if it's 45 or 42 or 30, whatever it is that you get, so you're going to do times 2 of that, right? So it depends on you. If you want more flare, you can do times 2.5. So let's say I do times 2 and I have like 40 for the round measurement, and I do times 2. So that means the width of my first tier is going to be 80. So that means the width of the first layer of the fabric I'm going to attach to it is going to be 80 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut out fabric that the width is going to be 80. The width like this, right? Measure up to 80. And then the next thing, how I'm going to calculate the length. I want the dress to be 36, right? And remember, I already said that the upper bodice is going to be my breast point, which for me is going to be 13. So if I subtract 13 to this here, it's going to be my shoulder to the breast point. That is 13. If I subtract that from this, it's going to be 23 left. So 23 is going to be the length I'm going to use for the 2 tier, the first tier and the last one at the bottom, because it's just 2 tier that it has. So this 23 now is left for me to decide. So I'm going to do the first tier is going to be 11. The second tier is going to be 12. That's how I'm going to split the 23, because I want the center one a little shorter than this one. So to this one here, I'm going to add 1 inch. 1 inch because I'm going to use half an inch at the top of it to sew as the seam allowance for this one, and half an inch at the bottom part here to join the last tier at the bottom, right? Because the dress goes this way: my main bodice, the second length, and then the third length, the third tier. So that means the length of this is going to be 12, the length. So that means this second tier is going to be 80 inches by 12 inches. 80 being the width, the wideness, and 12 inches being the length, right? That's how we calculate it. So for the last tier now, what I'm going to do now is this 80 inches I got, I'm going to times it by 2 again. So that is going to be what? 160. So that means, or times 2.5, right? Depending on how flare you want. For more flare, do 2.5. For less flare, do 2. But I would do 2.5 if I have the fabric for it. It will be better. So now you're going to get 2.5, guys, please, because these 3 inches might not be, it might be a little scanty. So, sorry, this times 2 might be too small. So do times 2.5. That way the flare will be more, because the tier dress, it looks better when the flare is more. So do times 2.5. So let's say this 2.5 now, and then times it by the 80, whatever you get. So I'm still going to use 160 to give you the example, right? So that means the last tier at the bottom, I'm going to make sure that I have 160 inches of width. So you see, it's a lot longer now in terms of the width. So that is 160. So then the next thing I'm going to calculate is what the length is going to be. So to this one, instead of doing plus 1 inch like I did to this first line, this first tier, what I'm going to do to this second one is to add 1.5. 1.5 because this is going to be the end of the cloth, and I normally use 1 inch to hem the bottom, and then I'm still going to use half an inch to join the half an inch coming from the next tier. So that is going to give me 1.5. So now that is going to be 13.5. So that means my second tier, the whole piece of cloth is going to be 160 by 13.5. That is how you're going to calculate it. So now you're going to take one, you can run your gather through it, right? And then you're going to take this one here and join it to this. And then after you join it, you take this one, you now take the whole dress and join it to the main body of your cloth, knowing that the whole opening here, all this part here is going to come towards the back, right? Make sure that the ends of the cloth are facing towards the back, so it's going to have one center seam at the back of the cloth. So guys, this is it here. So you see I've joined. You're going to gather this on top of this one straight, and then you're going to gather this on top of the bottom one straight. So it's only the bottom one that you gather. So you see when you're stitching it, so I use tiny pleats instead of gather, right? So you see this, the layer is, the second layer is straight, but the one I use on top is just, I keep pleating it as I'm going on. And this is it here, the same on this layer as well. So all I have to do, like I said, is you make sure everything comes to the back straight together like this. So now all I have to do is just to make one stitch using 1 inch, tucking all of them in to the end. And then at the top here, I'm going to just add a little bit like a buttonhole and a button on one side, and that will be it. So guys, this is it here. You see I finished it here, the first layer, the second layer here, and this is the back of the dress. So it's one seam coming up, and then when it came up to this point, you see I just used the fabric itself. I made like an edge strap and then just attached it on it. You could see the two ends and just stitched it down. How I was able to fold it is I stopped about 6 inches before the end of the cloth, and then I just moved one side of it to this side, moved one side to this side, and then just sewed it. So it's just the same seam allowance that was coming up here. I just moved it apart, and then at the top here I just added this piece here just to serve as a buttonhole, and then I can use it to close my button. And that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please guys, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.